Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the fuel pump on this Mercedes from w203 generation C-Class from 2002. Now the first step is to remove this carpet, or you can just place it out of the way like so. And there is the fuel pump. On some cars you will get the fuel filter under this cover and the fuel pump over there. So with a 8mm I'm going to undo this cover. As you can see, there are 6 bolts holding it. Alright, the cover comes out. Now in order to open this ring, I've got here a tool. It's quite inexpensive. It's called adjustable fuel tank remover. Alright, that's how it looks like. And now I can just adjust the distance between these two arms in order to catch that ring over there. Let's see if I can do it with my hand. Yes, there we go. I don't even need a wrench for this. The ring comes out. Now notice that this arrow was pointing in that direction, kind of on 90 degrees. So remember the position of this arrow, which is very important. And now I can just wiggle out the assembly. From this point you can begin to do a couple of tests to confirm if the fuel pump is bad or not. Check for voltage when you turn the key in the second position on these two terminals. Also you should do a fuel pressure check on this car. It's easy. You've got the Schrader valve at the end of the fuel rail. So just connect the adapter on and you should read about 50 psi with the engine off and 60 psi with the engine on. If you get very low pressure, you might want to check the pressure at the fuel pump. Just connect the right adapter on the fuel pump output pipe. If the fuel pressure is high, as it should be, around 50 psi, then that's a confirmation of some restriction on the fuel lines. If the fuel pressure is still low, you might want to check for voltage drop on the fuel pump wires, or apply 12 volts and see if the pressure is within specs with outside power source, and so on. There are a bunch of tests you can do to confirm if the fuel pump is bad or not. It really depends on what values you read on your car. Alright, so down here we've got a couple of things to disconnect. Notice that this is the fuel pump over here in the middle. So I'm going to disconnect these electric connectors. There we go, one is out. Then with a screwdriver try to pry out this fuel pump clip. That splash happened because I did not take out the pressure. Now try to not damage the level sensor, which is down there, and it is connected on the side over here where my finger points. So slowly wiggle out the assembly. I'm just gonna wait for the fuel to come out. Have prepared some paper towel to clean anything because your hands are gonna be dirty. Now you can see down here there is a plastic clamp. Just open and remove the hoses. Each one of these goes only in one way, so it's impossible to mix them up. And now we've got the assembly out. Now a couple of interesting things about this fuel pump assembly. The fuel level sensor is actually a representation on a large scale of a potentiometer. And how this sensor works: when the fuel rises, the arm will float on gasoline and it will move the black pin on the white circuit board. For example, once the pin is positioned all the way up, it will allow the maximum current to pass through the wires and send a signal to your dashboard to display the fuel level. So any position of the pin between these 2 points will send an amount of current to the dashboard, which is gonna be proportional with the fuel level in the tank. Once we know how it works, it can be easier to diagnose the sensor. For example, if on dashboard will show fuel level low even though the tank is full, then you might want to check if the black pin is there and if it's making contact with the board, or if the arm can move free up and down. Also, you might want to check for voltage on the connector or do a resistance test of the sensor, depending on the situation you'll find on your car. Just like so. And once this hose is disconnected, on the bottom This is basically filling up inside here with fuel. Now I can easily remove these tabs, push them outwards, like so. Also disconnect this electric connector. You can see in the middle down there, with your nail pull it away, pull it in that direction, like so, and then with the other finger press the connector out. Now you can see it a little bit better. Next thing you can remove is this pre-filter, and you can replace it or give it a clean. Now you basically have to press this pump from the bottom, and you've got here two tabs, one on this side and one on the other side. So while you press the pump from the bottom, hold it from here and twist it a little bit from one side, then a little bit more from the other side, and the fuel pump is out. Now in general it's not possible to replace only the fuel pump, so in theory you'll have to buy a new whole assembly if just the pump is bad. This can cost you up to 200 euro with import fees and shipping. However, if you want to save money, it is possible to mount a so-called universal aftermarket fuel pump, which can be around 30 euros or less. All you need is to find a way to connect the output fuel line, 12 volts, and the filter on the input of the new fuel pump, and check as well the pressure it can deliver should be at least 50 psi. So here is really up to you and what's the condition of the car, how much you want to invest in it, and so on. For example, I've seen this solution done on an older car that costs less than 700 euro because the owner did not want to spend 200 euro just for the fuel pump, since even after that replacement the car will go to scrapyard due to other failures. So I hope you get the point. I just want to show you that it's possible to go beyond what Mercedes recommends if someone wants to do so. Now the process is very simple. Just take out these hoses and connect first the back hose, and it has this flap which secure the hose on, just like so. Then first insert the level indicator, then just press the other hose inside in order to make space for the assembly to come in. Now just connect back the top hose. So basically this is what you're gonna see if the pump is okay. So basically place the rubber on. Now I can put this assembly with the arrow in that direction. Try to catch the pump like that. Make sure that it sits even. Now place back the ring, which needs to go effortlessly. Alright guys, as you can see the car is running again. That's how you install a fuel pump on this car. It's quite easy. I use a screwdriver, some pliers and an 8mm socket. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, take care and I will see you soon.